fellow in the medical school at the University of Edinburgh. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you a love story. It's a beautiful love story of the relationship between a data scientist and their data. Now, in my work at the medical school, I work with researchers who are using data from the NHS, from education, welfare, a range of public sector data sets to look at patterns in health and well-being and factors influencing people's health outcomes. Now, the process that these researchers go through when they want to access data is not dissimilar to internet dating. Something which I obviously know nothing about. So, our data scientist, let's call him Dave. Actually, you know what? Let's call him Jane, Jane, because women do science too. Right? So, Jane puts together her dating profile. She writes her profile, and I conveniently have it here. So, Jane would like to meet a data set of 20,000 diabetes patients to go for long sessions of intense analysis, followed by leisurely periods of writing up papers, culminating in a public celebration of their union reported in the academic press. Ultimately, Jane is hoping this will lead to a brood of charming papers which will continue her legacy into the next generation. Now, admittedly, there are a few things that make this a bit different from a regular dating profile. Her full profile extends to 50 pages, and she includes rather a lot of detail about the expected public benefits of her union. But otherwise, I am sure you will agree the similarities are undeniable. Now, once Jane has uploaded her dating profile and she's had a look around the website seeing what's on offer, she finds a very dashing and dreamy diabetes dataset that she would like to meet. Before she can take this dataset out, she has to convince the data's protective parents to let her take it out. Now, in this case, the data's parents go by the name of Mr. and Mrs. PBPP. That is the Public Benefit and Privacy Panel. So, Mr. and Mrs. PBPP aren't going to let anybody take out their darling data easily. So Jane has to convince them that she can be trusted to look after the data and treat it with respect. And Mr. and Mrs. PBPP have a lot of questions for Jane. So, how do we know that we can trust you to look after our data? Will you treat it with respect? Do you have honourable intentions? Or are you just looking to get something out of this for yourself and your career? Do you have long-term plans with our data? It's quite a grilling. And Mr. and Mrs. PBPP aren't backing down easily. But after 6 months of persistence and several hundred emails back and forward, as well as a public consultation on the merits of Jane hooking up with the data, finally, Jane is allowed access to the data. She is elated. Really, it is difficult to convey the sense of euphoria that data scientists have at this point. When the day of the date comes round, Jane has butterflies in her stomach. She's been awake all night thinking about this day, thinking about what she'll say to the data, what code she'll run in her analysis, worrying about what if something goes wrong, what if the data isn't what she thought it was, what if it doesn't like her or her statistical analysis program. Now, the date is carefully orchestrated. She's taken to her private room. Nobody else is allowed in. There are no distractions. She can't go on the internet. She leaves her phone outside. Nobody's peeking in the pee-hole? Okay. Nobody's peeking in the keyhole. But she's being monitored by CCTV all the time. Jane and her data spend 3 or 4 beautiful months in that room. They have their ups and their downs. At times, we're getting along amazingly. Jane starts to fantasize about their future together, about all those wonderful papers that she'll write. She thinks about what her friends will think when she introduces them to the data. When the data reveals itself to her, she is astounded by its intensity and volume. At other times, it's frustrating. The data is not quite what it seemed on the website. There are bits missing, bits that just weren't what she was expecting. The data can be a bit cagey. Jane has to work hard, too hard, to figure out just what in it and what isn't right. Jane's beginning to think that this relationship is all one way. The data just doesn't seem so committed. But then, just as she was thinking about giving up, there comes the eureka moment. They're speaking the same language. They understand each other. The data's power is harnessed by Jane's statistical prowess, and it all just comes together. It is fantastic. Jane leaves that room smiling from ear to ear. And that feeling stays with her for several months. as she writes up papers and submits them to journals. She relives those magical moments. But just as an early relationship can lose some of its sparkle when friends and family begin to interfere, so as the editors respond with reviewers' comments, things change. The reviewers think she's overstating her conclusions. Look again at the data. Does it really back up the assumptions she's making? The reviewers know somebody else who analysed that data before and it didn't go well. The reviewers think she could do better. But Jane's not ready to give up on it just yet. She responds to the reviewers' comments, defending the data. You just don't know it like I do. If you did, you would know how well we work together. Those other analysts didn't have the capacity to make this data work. I'm the one who can satisfy this data. But sadly, when she has time to reconsider the reviewers' comments, she begins to look at the data differently. Maybe she is overstating her conclusions. Maybe she is making too many assumptions. She was just too excited, too eager to make it work. Everything moves so fast. But she's not ready to give up just yet. She decides she needs something extra to give her relationship a new sparkle, bring back that edge, give it a new dimension. Now she's a little bit nervous about what Mr. and Mrs. PP would say about this, but she returns to the dating website. Jane and her data would like to open their horizons to new experiences and insights, and would like to meet a third data set for occasional linked analysis. Now, Jane has been analysing data for a while now, and she's beginning to get more adventurous. One data set just isn't enough. Data scientists are an open-minded bunch, and she's heard about different websites offering other types of data and new experiences. She's heard of researchers analysing data from Google search terms or from social media websites, and she's really curious about supermarket loyalty card data. Now, these may be things that Jane will explore in the future. But for now, Jane and her diabetes data are really excited to spend some quality time together with a rather charismatic data set from a local cancer registry. And if you'd like to hear more about Jane and her adventures in data and data dating, come along to my Edinburgh Fringe show, Dr. Google Will See You Now, part of the Cabaret of Dangerous Ideas on the 6th and 26th of August at the Newtown Theatre. Until then, thank you and have a great evening.